Yes, I'm Danny Johnson, CEO at TPP, The Positive Porpoise.
I'm Jason Miller from Fins Up SoCal Fan Club.
I'm Scott Howell from Atlanta Dolphin Club.
Mark Angelo, NorCal Dolphin Club.
And you're listening to Clock Blockers, Miami fans' #1 morning show.
Run it, 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 run it.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy, Stephen D, and we are live on this beautiful Throwback Thursday. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Super excited that y'all are hanging out with me. It's Clock Blockers, home of the #1 Miami fan morning show. That's right. I want to say good morning to my Fin-Laws and my Fin family. Super excited that y'all are here today, hanging out with me on the best morning show. Hey, got to do the rundown. That way we can get going right into the show. Want to remind y'all, I'm Stephen D, Stephen Daniels. You can follow me Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok at Stephen D, SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. That's right. Also, you can follow Miami Sports Music on social media as well at Miami Sports Music. But if you're going to follow them on Twitter, which I hope you do, at MIA Sports Music. Okay, that's the only difference. Hey, if you haven't done so already, hit the like button. Hit it, tap it, slap it, whatever you got to do to it, just hit it. Hit the like button. Let's go. Let's go. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Big deal if you guys do that. We need all those thumbs up, as many as we can get. So there's 22 of y'all watching right now. There's probably going to be 40 and then 60 and then 80 and then 100 and then 500 and then 1,000,000. Just hit the like button. It's a big deal. Hey, look. NFL draft is here. My goal was to get to 10,000 subscribers before the draft. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think we're going to get another 1,500 in a week. Now, what I'd like to do is get to 9,000 within a week. Okay? That's 500 new subscribers in 8 days. So can we do that? Can you help me with that? Can you hit the subscribe button and turn on all notifications so that way anytime we go live, you're notified? That's a big deal. If you're already subscribed, tell your friends to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Big deal. Okay? Make sure you guys go do that. It goes such a long way into helping the channel grow, and we want to we want to grow. We can't do that without your help, right? Can't do it. We just can't do it. All right, next, I want to remind you all too, hey, sign up, become a member today. There are plenty of seats at the table waiting for you, and I'd love to see more people sign up and become members. I see in here, I got Mark K, I got Andres, I got Philip O, I got Omar. Hello to you guys this morning, by the way. Hey, you guys are here every morning with me. Sign up, become a member. AA's in here as a member. Jose Valdez, Ryan AP, Alexander Diaz, you guys are members. Let's go. Let's go. Sign up, become a member today. I would love to see all you guys become members to get a seat at the table, become part of the family. The link is in the chat. Just click it. I don't care if you do the cheapest one or the most expensive one. Just do it. Let's go. Sign up today. Become a member. You too, Corey Walker. Sign up. Sign up, Corey. Become a member today. Hey, look, you can help the channel grow by donating, okay? It goes such a long way. If you are able to monetarily donate, it's a big deal, okay? And if you're not, that's fine too. That's why you hit the share button and do all that good stuff. But let's go, all right? Make sure you guys have, if you do donate, there's 3 different ways to do it. I'm trying to read the chat as well as do all this at the same time. Want to remember, okay? You guys can use the YouTube live super chat, which is the $ down at the bottom of the chat. You can hit super chat or super sticker, whatever you want to do. You can do that there. The other thing you guys can do is also use Cash App, which is $MSM Podcast Network that you see below, or use this QR code that you see right here. Or you can use PayPal, which is MSM Podcast Network, or use this QR code right here. Okay? You could hit the freeze, you can hit pause, do a freeze frame, use the QR codes, or just go to PayPal, MSM Podcast Network, or again, Cash App, $MSM Podcast Network. Okay? Hey, look, I want to give, if you're going to donate in increments of $10, okay, I want to remind y'all, each and every week we do a giveaway back to you, the fans, for the people that donate, because it's a big deal that you guys donate. If you guys donate in increments of $10, ZSM Sports, who's a sponsor of the show, shout out to ZSM Sports, we do a weekly giveaway each and every Friday, which we'll do tomorrow, okay? So I want to remind you guys, tomorrow is Friday. If you guys donate in increments of 10, it's a spot in their raffle, our raffle. All right, so $10 is one, $20 is two, $30 is three. Here's what we're giving away. You ready for the photos? We're giving away two. Not one, we're giving away two. So you get two chances. There's the first Javon Holland 8x11, and you can see at the bottom left there, it's PSA certified. So that's the first photo. It's a Javon Holland autograph 8x11. And here's the second one, a 8x11 Javon Holland autograph photo, PSA certified. So there's your two photos that we are giving away tomorrow afternoon. Now, how do you enter to get into this raffle? Donate in increments of $10 to the channel. Whether you do that through YouTube, which is the YouTube Live Super Chat, which is the $sign down at the bottom of the chat, or if you guys use PayPal or Cash App. Now, if you guys use PayPal or Cash App, I will let you know I double your entries into the raffle because there's less fees that are used through PayPal and Cash App. So sign up, become a member today. Okay? Make sure you guys do that. All right. Now that we got that, I want to give one more big shout out to our major sponsor of the show, Tail Greeter. Tail Greeter, love Tail Greeter. If you don't know what Tail Greeter is, where have you been? What are you doing? Download the app today. It's free. Download the app on your current Apple or Android device and follow Tail Greeter at TAILGREETER. When you follow them, send out a tweet to them and say, hey, Stephen D and Miami Sports Music sent us there. Okay? Hey, make sure you guys go do that. All right? All right. Now that we got all that out the way, send $10 increments of the donations for the raffle to help raise money for the channel. And again, this is what we're giving away tomorrow. Javon Holland autograph 8x11s. Okay. Now that we got all that out the way, good morning. Good morning. All right, let me read a couple things that I see in here this morning. Shout out to Zach Ever. Yes, Danny Johnson, TPP in the building. Shout out to him, man. Those Hollands are awesome. They are, dude. I love them. I love them. It's awesome, man. D-Dub. I want to let everyone know there's no beef between me. There's beef between us, D-Dub. I didn't know this. I didn't know that there was beef. Nobody told me that we were beefing. There's no beef between me and D-Dub. You kidding me? Just so you all know, I love D-Dub. I support D-Dub. Shout out to D-Dub. Okay. Let's see here. I want to say good morning to everybody in the chat this morning. We got Lance. Lance, sign up, become a member. Lance, you were a member. I don't know what happened, but you were a member. Get back on the train. Omar, AA, Jose Valdez, Brian AP, Mark K, Philip O, Andres, Alexander Diaz, Rick Spar. Let's go. Rick Spar over there at 6:30 a.m. Let's go. Oh, it's West Coast time over where you're at watching the show. Philip O, Corey Walker. What's going on, buddy? Raul, Level 2 Noob is in the building. The Dolphins had a 10-ish minute segment on Good Morning Football where they promptly crapped all over us. Bro, that's why you come here for all your morning hot news, hot takes. Man, come on now. We got it all. We got it all. You don't got to go nowhere, Level 2 Noob. You come here. Vince Fan for Life 88. MCJB's in the building. Let's see here. Paul Glover already said. Daniel Saunders. I already said. Philip O. What's up, Philip O? I'm trying to make sure. Franzi, what's up, Franzi? He said, good afternoon. It's good morning here. You people in Germany and your afternoon and your time difference. I love you, though. Let's see here. Squid Games. What's up, Squid Games? 3:30 p.m. here. Let's go. All right. Bob Young. You're not my real dad. I go where I want, Level 2 Noob says. Well, you make sure you're here. Or you're grounded, Level 2 Noob. What's up, man? What's going on? So, it's so funny. Number one, hey, if you guys can, there's a little share button below on the YouTube side. Hit the share button. Go tag me at Stephen D SKPL and Miami Sports Music at MIA Sports Music on Twitter right now. Let's try to get 10 retweets of this. Try to get people going. If you're on Facebook, retweet it on Facebook. Let people know that we're here. It's so funny that this whole let's talk about this Deebo Samuel situation. Actually, before I get into that, let me remind y'all. It's April 21st. It's 421. Hope you had a good 420, by the way. It's so funny because, I talk to other YouTubers, and, one of the things we talk about is content creation in the off season. And it's so hard to talk about, the same things over and over again. Because you're like, how many times can you say the same things? How many different takes can we all have? And sometimes you're like, well, how do I give you the morning listener something different than what you're getting somewhere else? And that's tough sometimes. So what I try to do on my show is I try not to have a scheduled agenda to talk about stuff. Although I will wake up and like, okay, what's going on? What's good? What is it that we can talk about today that hasn't been talked about? And the one thing that I always find amusing to it is how do I as a morning show host give you new content? So I was thinking about this Deebo Samuel stuff, and I'm like, you know what? We talked a lot about it yesterday, and then, more stuff happened yesterday. Deebo Samuel's brother obviously retweeted or tweeted that, he's not staying in San Francisco. He's going. Lynn Bowden said something about business over personal. So people are reading into that. It's so interesting. Andres said, I retweeted. Shout out to you, Andres. That's one. Can we get 9 more people to retweet? 9 more people to retweet. Matter of fact, I'm going to retweet, so there will be 2. Tag me and Miami Sports Music in it. Let's go. Love it. Yeah, man, it's interesting because I want to be able to do that, but it's funny because people are like, why are we talking about Deebo Samuel? Well, what else is there to talk about on 421? We got the draft coming up, but we got 4 picks. We got 4 picks, and they're in the 3rd round at the earliest. So we can sit here and be like, okay, we want to take this person. We don't know who's going to drop in those first couple of days. What's up, Von954? We don't know who's going to drop any of that. I can't give you a prediction on, I can give you a somewhat, hey, this is who I'd like the Dolphins to draft, a type of player I would like them to draft. Night 2, round 3, pick 102. I would love for the Dolphins to draft a quality either backup or potential starting linebacker, and same thing with O-lineman. We get one of those 2 things on that round 3 pick, I'm good. And as far as the Deebo thing's concerned, we don't need Deebo, but we have the capital to get him, and there's so many different things we can do with him on the field and even into next year, whether we re-sign him or trade him or whatever. So we can make it work in our favor. So again, I told you all yesterday, I'm not going to be surprised if the Dolphins go after Deebo. And we know that Deebo and McDaniel have a very close-knit relationship. And Green Bay supposedly, shout out to D. James, or Nini Latino. I like that. Retweeting. There's 2 retweets. Come on, guys, let's do more. 8 more retweets. It's John Ruiz. I retweeted. Thank you, man. Steven, if you think about it, there's no reason why we need Deebo when he's going to be a free agent next year. Also, we have cheaper yet probably more explosive player in Lynn Bowden. I don't know. I'm not going to say that he's more explosive than Lynn Bowden. That's a hot take. But we can restructure his contract any way we want. Any way we want. And again, it's the relationships that matter in this part. Debo's not leaving because, look, it came out yesterday, I don't want to be a running back in the backfield or some BS. Like, he doesn't care. He just wants to win. And he wants to go somewhere where he's appreciated. And right now, the 49ers fans are sending him death threats and, talking crap about him, whatever. Like, first of all, you should never do that. Like, that, you should never do that. I know my name doesn't match up on here and Twitter, but I retweeted for you. My guy. Let's go. Make sure you tag me and Miami Sports Music in it. Andre says, Steven, would you trade Lynn Bowden and picks for Debo? In a heartbeat. Wouldn't even think twice about it. I don't think the trade happens till draft day. San Francisco is going to do everything in their power to try to repair the relationship. But I don't think Debo says what he says without him being like, I'm done here. There's some players that use it as a tactic for leverage based on what his brother was putting out on social media. Nope. You could threaten Debo. He'll snatch your chain and take your bike, no doubt. Let's see here. Alexander, we can win with him this year. We can win with him this year. Imagine coach trying to break up a fight in the locker room. Talk about that. We know every day won't be sunshine. What I would give to see Joel Osteen come to the hood. Connect the dots. Y'all are funny. Fins fan 88 says, I don't believe he gets traded. He will be a free agent next offseason. He will come to Miami. 100%. Here's a scenario that I didn't put out there. I want to say actually Dougley Durong put out there. And if he didn't, I apologize. But the scenario was he gets traded to the Jets, plays 1 year with them, becomes a free agent in the offseason. The Jets had to give up everything, whatever. They gave up the house to get Debo to San Fran to play 1 year on a losing team. Hits the free agent market, comes down here to Miami. So we depleted the Jets' future. He played 1 year in a crappy situation there, and he comes here a year later. Why not? I like that. So, look, there's a lot of different scenarios. But I will also say I'm not trading for the guy unless I can get a guaranteed contract extension from him. Debo is my favorite player, Ty Bless says. He comes here with Hill and Waddle. That's like LeBron coming to play with Wade and Bosch. 100%. The Jets would franchise tag him. That's true, too. That's true, Craig. I never even thought about that scenario. But, yeah, they could. But he could play bullish and be like, I'm not going to play even on a franchise tag. Like, look, there's things players can do to make it difficult for the Jets. Now, he might say, look, I'll sign the franchise tag, but it'll be for a sign and trade. Fins fan 88, that was the Finside NFL video last night, and that's why. So that was Reason. I didn't even see Reason's thing. So if that was Reason's thing, I don't mean to take. I thought I saw that on Twitter last night from Dougley. I guess it was from him. Because the Jets GM Douglas will be run out of town if that happens. Yeah, but they're going to try to do everything. And he doesn't have to sign the franchise tag. Yeah, man, look, I think there's a lot of different scenarios that we either get Debo this year or next year. But don't be surprised if he's in a Dolphin uniform in the next 2 years. I want to see the Dolphins. Happy birthday to Blake Ferguson, by the way, our long snapper. His birthday's today. Happy birthday to you, Blake. I just want to see the Dolphins do the right thing here, whatever that may be. They could sit idle and not do anything here, and it's still the right move. I think people enjoy the moving around of pieces because they're like, oh, depth. Oh, it's an explosive player. Oh, man, imagine. I mean, they just said it. One of you just said it. Ty Bless just said it. It'd be like the big three in Miami all over again. Debo, Tyreek, and Jalen? Come on. It would be the best wide receiving core maybe in the last 10 or 15 years in the NFL. Maybe ever. But I'm not going to go that far yet. But it's name a better 3 wide receiving core if that were to happen. Ty Bless says, you're a real one for remembering our long snappers. I saw it on Twitter today. But his birthday is today, so I do want to give a big shout out to him. Look, I want to see. I would love to see Debo in a Dolphins uniform. That'd be dope. But I'm not going to be sad if it doesn't happen. It's that, and again, I go back to what I was saying a little bit ago. That's what's hard on April 21st because now we've exhausted every conversation about, okay, what this team looks like on paper. We've all exhausted that conversation. We've also exhausted, look what happened yesterday on Wildin' Out Wednesday here. I had a panel on with 10 of you where you guys were arguing about Tua for over an hour. I'm not mad at it. It's the reality of this. What else can Dolphin fans talk about right now? Rick Spar, he's sounding like a head case more every day because he's in the news. And he's unhappy in his current situation. And Rick, to his defense, the man is getting death threats through social media. What else do you want from him? I want to see the Dolphins play. I wish September could be here already and we can get the season going. I just want to skip training camp and preseason. I'm ready for the season to start. Because here, I will tell you good things. So we'll get the draft next week. That'll be fun to talk about. Rick Spar, he wants $18 million for one good season. So you give him a contract bonus, you give him a signing bonus of X amount of dollars. He'll be happy with a big contract bonus. We could, Rick, again, and I tell you all this, do not worry about the money. The Dolphins have made the money work this offseason with everybody they brought in. Greer's been he's been superb with salary cap this year. And he'll maneuver it any way he needs to. And his fan base is sending him racist comments as well. I think that pushed him over the edge. Andre says it's a win-win, Steven. Even if he gets to another team, that means the 49ers are going to suck more, and their first pick we have will be a high pick, 100%. If you pay him $18 million, will he then carry the ball as a running back? Well, two things to that, Rick. $18 million is not going to go against the cap this year. I can guarantee you that for us. He might get $18 million this year, but a majority of it again will be from a signing bonus. And and I guarantee you, wherever he plays in Miami, he'll be happy. The man last week or 2 weeks ago had lunch with McDaniel in Miami. They had lunch together. They're friends. Every wide receiver is a prima donna, Rick. Every wide receiver is. Tyreek Hill too. Only under contract for $4 million this year. We'll get restructured there. Steven, has there ever been a scenario when a team signs a free agent and trade him in the same offseason right before the season starts? You know, I was thinking about that because I was trying to go through all the scenarios, Alexander, and no, not that I can think of at all. Let's see here. And we'll be lucky if San Francisco doesn't try to hit McDaniel with a tampering claim. Who cares? He can't do. They can do it, but that doesn't mean they're going to get it. You can do a tampering claim, but doesn't. I think there's been multiple tampering claims in the NFL, and I only think a handful have been done. James, shout out for you and your retweet. Quality morning show if you're a Miami sports fan. Like to hear the unscripted but real takes, or just a fan of spreading kindness, positivity. Check this out. Follow Stephen D. I like that one, man. I appreciate that. Stephen D on Clock Blockers and Miami Sports Music, getting us Debo, Jonathan Taylor, Michael Vick, LaDainian Tomlinson, Michael Irvin. We getting everybody today. Everybody. Level 2 Noobs retweet. Shout out to you guys. I like it. We got a bunch of fresh cases in Miami. They have already tampered with Debo. Let's see. Cedric Wilson seems to be Cedric Wilson's going to be on the team. Well, let me ask you, would you rather have Cedric Wilson as your third wide receiver or fourth wide receiver? Or heck, even fifth? Any quality wide receiver moves down the roster chart. It pushes out good wide receivers, don't get me wrong, but it makes our offensive wide receiver room stronger. Imagine Debo Samuel, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle in the same wide receiver room. That's money. That's money, man. They've already inquired about Debo. Guaranteed. Greer said it in his press conference yesterday. What did he say? He said, because I took notes yesterday. He said, let's see here. Talk to a lot of teams around the league to inquire about players. I guarantee you they've already had the conversation. If we sign Debo, that will be the most talented roster we've ever had, even with Tua. I would agree with that. Level 2 Noob says, yeah, but we're already looking at a separate claim of tampering. If we're trying to guarantee a loss of picks next year, keep going. Toonstone says, hey, what's up? What do we know about Kraft, our return specialist? Honestly, not a lot. River Craycraft, right? I think that's his name. Is he on the Dolphins? Yeah. Number 85. Just to answer your question, Toonstone. He's only had 24 games. He's never had a touchdown. He's had 3 return kicks for 43 yards on kick returns, 12 punt returns for 80 yards. Again, no touchdowns. I mean, he's going to be somebody at the end of the roster. And I don't even know if he makes the team. He might make it, but I don't know. I mean, look, he's played in San Francisco the last 2 years. If McDaniel saw something in him that wasn't being utilized correctly or because it was a deep roster, maybe he's like, I'm gonna show you out here and you're going to be good. So he's one of those guys you keep an eye on in training camp and in preseason. Let's see here. I keep telling you guys the 49ers will want Rotto in return. No. Then no, they don't do it then. They would not do that then. Good morning, my neighbors. It's another beautiful day in Zamunda. Shake Money's in the building. What's up, Shake Money? Steven, if we get Debo, keep saying the S word. Yeah, no trading model. George A. says, I would argue the 93-94 offensive roster may be better. At the very least, it could be on that level. All boils down to Tua's ability in the system. Well, why don't we look at that, George A.? It is Throwback Thursday, 1993, Miami Dolphins season. All right. Here, let me share the screen. Here we go. 1993. Dan Marino was hurt, or at least finished the career on IR, or the year on IR. So we had Steve DeBerg, Scott Mitchell, Doug Peterson as our quarterbacks. We had Keith Byers, Brene Parmalee, Mark Higgs, Terry Kirby, James Saxon as running backs. Our wide receivers were Mark Ingram, Tony Martin, O.J. McDuffie, Scott Miller, and Mike Williams. Tight ends, Greg Beatty, Keith Jackson, Ronnie Williams. O-line had Dallenbach, Keith Sims, Richmond Webb. It was a solid O-line. Defensive line, Jeff Cross, Marco Coleman, Mike Golick. Mike Golick from Mike and Mike in the Morning was on that team in 93 for us. That's pretty dope. Larry Webster. Linebackers, Brian Cox, Dwight Holler, Jeff Offerdahl. Defensive backs, J.B. Green, Bobby Harden, Luis Oliver, Jarvis Williams, Troy Vincent. Stojakovic was our special teams there. Shout out to Corey Walker, by the way. My guy, Corey Walker. Let's go. Welcome to the family. Let's go. All right, so I'm going to say no. I think we would have a better one today. Let's look at the 94 roster. 94 roster is a little bit different. Bertie Kosar, Dan Marino, Doug Peterson. Running backs, Irving Spikes, Keith Byers, Brene Parmalee, Aaron Craver. Wide receiver, Irving Fire, Mark Ingram, O.J. McDuffie. Tight ends, Greg Beatty, Keith Jackson, Ronnie Williams. O-line, Dallenbach, Novak, Tim Ruddy, Keith Sims, Richmond Webb. That was a good offensive line. Defensive line, Bowens, Cross, Marco Coleman, Larry Webster, Beasley. Linebackers, Beavers, Brian Cox, Dwight Hyler, Chris Singleton. Defensive backs, Gene Atkins, Tyrone Braxton, J.B. Brown, Sean Hill, Troy Vincent, Michael Stewart. Special teams, Stojakovic. There we go. So the 94 team was good. The O-line was significantly better. Wide receivers, Irving Fryer, Mark Ingram, O.J. McDuffie. Great 1-2-3 punch. The running backs, Keith Byers, Bernie Parmalee. They were good. Bernie Kosar, Dan Marino, Doug Peterson. That's a crazy quarterback room, by the way. Crazy quarterback room. Yeah, man, look, I think that's a crazy room right there. What did they finish? Standings. 10-6, won the division, tied with the Patriots, who also who got the wild card. Beat the Kansas City Chiefs 27-17, and then lost to the Chargers 22-21 in the playoffs at San Diego. Ugh. Chargers won on a last-minute touchdown in the fourth quarter. Man, that's a pretty good team right there. That's a pretty good team right there. I like that one. Corey Walker, DWA loyalty in the building. I like it, Corey. Thank you, man. Signed up today. That's one new member. Can we get two more new members? Let's see here. That 94 team should have won the Super Bowl, but he tore his Achilles in 93, but yeah. Let's see here. You seem to want to disregard his comments yesterday about not wanting to be a wide receiver or running back. That was big news yesterday. Yet you chose not to believe it. Are you talking about me? I don't think that's. I think he's saying whatever he can to get out of here. There's probably some truth to it. Steve, the 02-03 team was better. All right. Well, it is Throwback Thursday. Let me look at the 02-03 team. All right. So the 2002 team for the Dolphins. All right. Add to stream. Here we go. Jay Fiedler. Okay. Jay Fiedler. Ray Lucas. Mike Quinn. Running backs Deion Dyer. Rob Conrad. Travis Minor. Lamar Smith. Wide receivers Chris Chambers. Rondé Gatson. James McKnight. Jeff Ogden. Dedrick Ward. Tight ends Hunter Goodwin. Ed Perry. Jed Weaver. Offensive lineman Troy Andrew. Mark Dixon. Spencer Falau, great guy, by the way. Love Spencer Falau. Really good guy. Heath Irwin, Todd Perry, Tim Ruddy, Harry Swain, Todd Wade. We've had Todd Wade on the show. Good guy. Defensive lineman Tim Bowens, Lorenzo Bromell, Daryl Gardner, Kenny Mixon, Adwale Agunlie, my guy. Rich Owens, Jason Taylor, linebackers. Scott Galwin, Marlon Greenwood, Tommy Hendricks, Derek Rogers, Twan Russell, Zach Thomas. Maybe you've heard of him. Defensive backs, Terry Cousins, Jamar Fletcher, Sam Madison, Brock Marion, Patrick Surtain, Brian Walker, Sean Woodens. That defensive backfield was crazy too. I put up that defensive backfield against our current one now. That's how good those guys are. Special teams, Alindo Mare and Matt Turk. And on the reserve list, people who were hurt that year, Trent Gamble, Albert Wilson, Alonzo Mays, O.J. McDuffie, Brent Smith, Marcus Spriggs. Look, man, I think that I don't know if they'd be better than that 94 team. That 94 team's better, Alexander. That 94 team's way better. Hey, look who. Hey, real quick, look at this 2000. This team, this 2000. One. You said 2002 though, didn't you? That's the 01 team. Alexander said. Okay, that is the 01 team. I got you. Look who the offensive coordinator is for the 01 team. Chan Gailey's our offensive coordinator for this 2001 team. Quarterbacks coach Mike Shula. Defensive coordinator Jim Bates. Interesting. Very interesting. Dave Wanstead was the head coach. All right, you want me to look at the 2002 team. Here's the 2002 team roster. You said the 2002 team, right? All right, so this is the 2002 team. Jay Fiedler, Ray Lucas, Sage Rosenfels, all started a game for Miami, all three of them. Deion Dyer, Rob Conrad, Travis Minor, Ricky Williams, my guy. Wide receivers, Chris Carter. Last 8 games of the year, if I'm correct. Chris Chambers, Albert Johnson, James McKnight, Dedrick Ward. By the way, Rondé Gatson was on the injured reserve that year. At least finished that year. Tight ends, Randy McMichael. God, I love that man. Love that man. Mark Dixon, Seth McKinney, Todd Perry, Tim Ruddy, Todd Wade. Defensive lineman, Tim Bowens, Robert Burnett, Larry Chester, Adwale Agunlie, Jason Taylor, Jay Williams. Linebackers, Marlon Greenwood, Scott Galen, Tommy Hendricks, Derek Rogers, Zach Thomas. Defensive backs, Arturo Freeman, Jamar Fletcher, Sam Madison, Brock Marion, Patrick Surtain, Sean Wooden. Special teams, Alindo Mare, punter, Mark Royals. That's a pretty decent team. Is it better than the 95 team or 94 team? I don't know if it's better than the 94 team, but it's good. I mean, it's really good. All right, we had 3 picks in the draft that year. 3rd, 4th, and 5th rounders. Seth McKinney, Randy McMichael, Amare Lowe. McKinney and McMichael worked out pretty decent for us. Standings, we finished 9-7 that year and missed the playoffs. Jets won that year. I think that's the one year the Jets went to the AFC Championship game, if I'm correct. I could be wrong about that, but I think they did. So I'm going to say the 94 team was better. And we didn't make the playoffs this year in the 10-16. This is the 03 team, Alexander. And the 03 team had Fiedler, Brian Greasy, Sage Rosenfels. They had Femi Iambadagio. Femi's a great guy, too, just so y'all know. Rob Conrad, Travis Minor, Charlie Rogers, Ricky Williams, Chris Chambers, James McKnight, Kendall Newsom, Darius Thompson, Arondé Gatson, Donald Lee, Randy McMichael, Greg German, Seth McKinney, Todd Perry, Tim Ruddy, Wade Smith, Todd Wade, Billy Yates, Bowen, Burnett, Chester, Grigsby, Adwale Agunlie, Jason Taylor, Jay Williams, Jeff Zaguna, Brandon Iambadagio. The Iambadagio brothers, both of them played on this team. David Bowens, Marlon Greenwood, Tommy Hendricks, Zach Thomas, Junior Seau, Terrell Buckley, Sammy Knight, Sam Madison, Brock Marion, Patrick Surtain, Sean Wooden. This is definitely the best secondary. I would put up these defensive backs in this secondary against our current one. That would be an interesting one. And then special teams, Lindo Mare and Matt Turk. Jeremiah Bell finished the season on IR. Jamar Fletcher finished the year on IR. Just some big names, these decent names for us. I'll say this much, okay? I'll say this much. I think that looking at this right now, the 2002, 2003 teams, I fell in love with the Dolphins in those years. Absolutely fell in love with them. So these teams are great, but they didn't make the playoffs. That's one. And I don't know if they're better than that 94 team. I don't know if they're better than the 94 team. But all I do know is the 2022 teams, I hope, better than the 94, 02, and 03 team. Because it's a squad. This is a squad here. The 02 and 03, they were squads. I'm not going to sit here and say that they weren't, but I don't know. Flip side, we made that AFC Championship prior to that 93 team, but truth be told, we weren't on the Bills levels anyway. The 93 team was better than the 94 team. This fan base loves if this would have happened, if that would have gone our way. I don't disagree with you there, dude. But y'all getting all on Alexander for saying that. I know level, but that team, IMO, should have been in the playoffs. But they weren't. But They weren't. And that's part of the problem. That's always been part of the problem of the Dolphins, right? Right or wrong? Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show. Do want to remind you guys, if you guys donate in increments of $10, you will be entered to win our weekly giveaway tomorrow, courtesy of ZSM Sports. What are we giving away tomorrow? What are we raffling off tomorrow? These two bad boys right here. Javon Holland autograph. There we go. Javon Holland autograph. All right. When's the drawing for that prize? Tomorrow. The drawing for that prize is tomorrow. Let's see here. I'm trying to read y'all stuff at the same time as do this, so just bear with me. Just bear with me. All right. Let's see here. All right, Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. I'm trying to do 15 things at once. There we go. Hmm. All right. All right. If you guys want to ask me a question, put it in the comment box. Put hashtag Dolphin Chat in there. I will answer your questions. I was just trying to find something out for you guys and go from there. Alrighty. Let's see here. What kind of impact do you see Welker having on our slot receivers? Very interesting. I think it'll be a good one. I think it'll be a really good one. I think that having Wes Welker here, who was arguably one of the best slot receivers in the NFL, will be really good because I think as a slot receiver, and this is just my opinion, you kind of have to know everybody's route. You have to know everybody's route. And Wes Welker is one of the smartest players to ever play the game too, from the standpoint of the position, and played and arguably one of the best offenses. So, having him here, I think will make guys better route runners. And I also think he'll understand different defenses, and he'll be able to help guys like Jalen Waddle and anybody else who comes here to be able to read defenses better and stuff like that. I think he'll. I mean, I don't know how much better you can make Tyreek Hill, but I mean, again, I don't think he hurts that. I don't think he hurts that, which will be interesting from that standpoint too. To see that, so I'm not sure. I think Wes Welker will be a really good added addition to the coaching staff, the same way Sam Madison and Patrick Surtain will to that secondary. I mean, that'll be really, really good too. So, I don't know. I'm interested to see where it goes. I'm definitely interested to see where it goes, and we'll have to see. We will have to see. And in the meantime, I think that I think you'll see that developed with even the younger players in training camp and in preseason too, which will be good as well. What other questions do you guys have here? I'm ready to answer all your questions. Ep says we probably sign Reuben Foster and Melvin Ingram if we don't address those needs in the draft. 100% concur and agree with that. I think those two guys are definitely definitely there for that. Steven, I'm not sure if you remember, but Wes Welker actually for one game was doing double duties as a returner and a kicker. Yes, he was. He did do that. I do remember that. All right. Hey, and if you also noticed, those giveaways that were given away, these Javon Holland ones, these were autographed prior to week 1 of the NFL last year. Okay, for these Javon Holland giveaways, and prior to week 1, actually, right after he got drafted, because these are coming from ZSM Sports. Zachary, he was the 22. His draft number was 22. Like his number was 22, so he didn't know what number he was going to be yet. So that's why you see Javon Holland in the number 22 here instead of the number 8. So just so you guys see that, these aren't a mistake. This was before he had his number to be 8. He thought it was going to be 22. And so he signed it number 22 and 8. So you'll never see, you won't see these anywhere. So that's another cool thing about these Javon Holland autographs is you'll never see them anywhere. So these are giveaways off of that too, which I think are dope. And if you guys are interested in one, donate $10, whether it's through YouTube or PayPal or Cash App. And tomorrow we're going to do the giveaway after the show tomorrow. So that'll be really, really cool. So shout out to Zachary for that. I'm pretty stoked about it, actually. Pretty stoked about it. So yeah, I'm excited to see that. I guess you get a draft number. Interesting. You said it was his draft number in week 1. He changed it to 8. He will never sign 22 again. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. You can get that for your man cave tomorrow. If you donate in increments of 10, so $10 one slot, $20 is 2 slot, $30 is 3 slots, and keep on going. Steven, what jersey are you rocking today? I am rocking Joey Porter today. Joey Porter. I don't know if I can turn around in this chair or not, but we'll try. Joey Porter. Ooh. I'm rocking the Joey Porter Dolphins jersey today. That's right. Y'all remember Joey Porter. Let's see here. All right, what else? All right, I'll open up the platform for you guys today. I'll open up the floor. We're about an hour into the show. It's not Wildin' Out Wednesday. There ain't going to be no arguing today, but yeah, look, it is Dolphin Chat, and I'll open up the floor to you beautiful people today. Here's the link. Come on in. Let's have a good time. Let's hang out. We'll see who's going to come up here and hang out with me today. Favorite Porter moment was when we beat the Jets, suck with Brett Favre. Yes, was a good one. Was a really good one. Thursdays are for the old guys to reminisce, Flipside Fishing said. I will agree with that 100%. On my way. Speaking of gentlemen with a little bit of seasoning, Big Dougie. On my way. Speaking of gentlemen with a little. Hey, Big Dougie B, you have can you hear me? You're on delay. You're and I can hear. Do you have your TV on? Give me a thumbs up if you have your TV on. We got a big delay here, Big Dougie B. You can't use that sound. You got to use the sound that you're on your phone. All right, you there? Got a big delay here, Big Dougie B. You can't use that sound. You got to use the sound that you're on your phone. We're gonna get there. Can you hear me now? We're trying this, Big Dougie B. Big Dougie B will be back. He'll be back. All right. Alexander, what's up, Alexander?
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Pretty good.
I was a little tired from, took the kids to the game last night. It was pretty fun. They had a good time. That's all that matters. But the O2 team, in my opinion, was probably one of the best because we actually had a running game, that year, and that's when Ricky had 1,800 yards and won the rushing title. It just stinks because in that season we were 5-1 after the Denver game, and I don't know if you remember that, but Jay Fiedler went down after that game, and Chris Chambers went down after the game with a concussion, and Fiedler had a jammed finger as well in that game. So we lost, and we also lost our we actually lost Gadsden and Chambers in that game. So we lost our 2 starting receivers and our starting quarterback in one game.
That's crazy.
And they were out for a while. But
Absolutely crazy.
yeah, it is. But yeah,
All right,
let me and then
let me
go
bring
ahead,
in Big
my bad.
let me bring in Big Dougie B. What's up, Big Dougie B?
Hey, how you doing? I have no idea what went wrong there.
I was like, what is going on?
I had just installed a phone update on my phone, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it.
Probably. What's up, man? How you been?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I miss you, man. It's been a while.
Hopefully.
How's it going, Big Dougie B?
Hey, how's it going? Just hoping the season gets here soon. We can maybe all get together at a game, and that would be great. I would love to do that.
Man, I am so ready for. So the draft is next week, and then if I am correct, the schedule should come out about a week after that. And so then we can all start making plans, and I plan for week 1 to be pretty big deal. It'll be good times.
Steven, they did say that that around May 10th, May 15th is when they release the schedule. Around that time.
Okay.
10th to the
Well, that's
15th.
Then I can start getting everything going for the Baltimore beatdown and get ready to see how everything else is going to look, because it's going to be a crazy year. Which I'm excited about.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
What's up, Big Dougie B?
I want to take you in my time machine back to 1994. Okay.
Okay. All right, I'm ready.
1994, first of all, was a great year for me because it was the year that I married my current wife, and I should say current, my wife.
My current wife, not I got you. All right.
We were approaching our 30th anniversary here in another year and a half, but that's besides the point. But
She didn't kill you yet. That's a good thing.
Yeah, and she's had reason to. But let me tell you. But anyway, in 1994, my wife and I got married in January. In late May of that year, she told me she was pregnant with our first child. And in New Year's Eve of 1994, the Dolphins were in the first round of the playoffs, and they were playing Kansas City at Miami. And it was the first meeting, I believe, if I think I'm correct on this, it was the first meeting of Marino and Montana since the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And the Dolphins played great. They beat Montana in Kansas City and Marcus Allen in Kansas City, and advanced to the next round at the Chargers in San Diego. And I was stationed in the Navy in San Diego at the time. And it was a pretty great event. Well, anyway, later that evening, we were at my friend's house for New Year's Eve. My wife went into labor. And my first son was born the following morning about 5 a.m. And, I was so excited. Everything was going great. The Dolphins won. My child was born. The following Saturday, the Dolphins were at the Chargers to play the next game. And the Dolphins played that game great. I mean, they were a great team. They had the lead at halftime. But in the second half, San Diego came out with a game plan to keep the ball out of Marino's hands. And our defense allowed San Diego to put together a couple long, time-consuming drives that ended in scores. And before you knew it, San Diego had the lead. We had, I think, a minute or a little bit less than a minute to try to get in field goal range to win the game. And Dan Marino took us down the field, got us within range of a field goal, and Stojanovic came out and missed the field goal. After that, I had to buy a new remote control for my TV because it was shattered. And the only thing that made me happy was the fact that I was going to see my son in the NICU after the game, where he had to spend 9 days in the NICU after he was born. But that was a great team. It was really Dan Marino's last legitimate shot at a Super Bowl, because after that, injuries and team play didn't really allow him to get there. And just a quick note on the 02-03 team. That was a great team also. We had Ricky Williams. We broke the long streak of losing to the Jets that year. But they finished on a down note. The last 2 games of the season, they had to win one of them to make the playoffs. They had the lead over Minnesota, and the last second field goal by Minnesota's field goal kicker, about a 54-yard field goal, something like that, which no one could believe he hit, because the guy was old and he hadn't hit a field goal that long in years, beat the Dolphins. The following week, we're at New England. We had a 10-point lead late in the fourth quarter. New England came back, tied it, and then beat us in overtime. We didn't make the playoffs. I was so disappointed.
Oh, my God.
It's funny. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Steven. Sorry.
It's funny that you bring up, having a child, watching a game. So my daughter was born December 13th of 2015. Okay. And my wife and I, we had my son is 2 years older. I'm gonna put you on mute real quick, Big WB. I'm just getting a little feedback. My daughter, my wife was pregnant with my daughter. We had just finished watching football all day on Sunday, and we're watching the games. And my wife goes into the labor after the second game on Sunday. Okay, so after the 4 o'clock game's getting ready to go to Sunday night, we were just finished making dinner. My wife's water broke. We're like, okay, time to go to the hospital. We go to the hospital, and we have our daughter. Okay, now we have our daughter on December 13th, which is that Sunday. December 14th is Monday. The Dolphins play the Giants on Monday Night Football. So I was in the room in the hospital with my wife and my daughter watching the Dolphins play. Now, just like your thing, the Dolphins lost that game 31-24. It was tied up going into the fourth quarter, and the Giants scored a touchdown in the fourth quarter to win the game, which sucks. But man, I wonder if other people have memories of having a child or something to do with a child, a labor, whatever, and the Dolphins. Because that's interesting. I don't know anybody else that has a story that I've met that had a story about their kid and getting born and watching the Dolphins play and stuff like that. That's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, I like after my wife gave birth, I stayed with her in the hospital. After my wife gave birth, I stayed with her in the hospital, and we basically I laid with her in the bed as she slept, watching the Sunday playoff games.
Feeling like, oh man, the Dolphins are out. Why should I even bother?
Well, this was the day after they beat Kansas City, so.
The 94 game against San Diego, and I was 10 years old when that game was played, and I remember sitting out listening to the game on the radio when I was not supposed to listen to the game on the radio because I had homework to do. I didn't finish my homework, and I had to do it during that game, so I couldn't watch it. But I listened to it on the game. I listened to it on the radio, because then I snuck the radio into the room. Every time someone would come by the door, I would lower the radio, and then every time somebody came inside the room, I would shut it off, and I would play it back again, so I could listen to it. So it was a pretty cool moment. It sucks that they lost that game, but they would have gone to the Super Bowl, in my opinion, if they would have beaten San Diego that year, in '94. The 0-2 team, is WB. You hit the nail on the head with that team, because they actually had a 20-7 lead at halftime, and Ricky Williams was running the ball. I think he had like 70 yards at halftime, and they ran away from the running game in the second half, and of course mixed with some horrible calls in that game, especially that pass interference in the end zone on Jamar Fletcher that really turned the game around completely. They ended up scoring a touchdown on that play, and it went for 2 to tie the game as well. It was heartbreaking because and also I went to work later on that day during the overtime when they kicked the field goal. I don't know who was announcing.
Hey, I just put you on mute real quick, Alex. You're getting a lot of feedback and static from your phone. And so if you could go on and come back in, that way we could try to reset your phone because you're getting a lot of static. Hey, Mark. Mark said, my daughter was born at the end of the first quarter of the fake spike game. Wow. And I was holding her watching at Vallejo Kaiser on 11/27/94. That's a pretty cool story.
It's funny. That game was a great example of Marino's greatness. The Dolphins were getting their butts kicked by the Jets in that game, and it was the fourth quarter. We were down big time. And Marino came back, and I think he generated 3 fourth quarter touchdowns, with the third one being the fake spike, and we won that game. I mean, that was Marino's greatness in a nutshell right there.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, the Dolphins just posted this in the last hour on their social media. I wanted to play it for y'all because it looked pretty cool. Matter of fact, let me shop the screen. I just want to make sure I get the content. Share tab audio. There we go. All right, Larry, let's play this real quick.
It got to be solid. Probably solid. Solid.
No, it ain't dope.
It might be me.
You know what I'm saying? It might be me.
Xavier Howard. It might be Waddle. I ain't gonna lie. Who is the funniest guy on the team? Everybody know who that is. 4-5.
Let's be real. It's Raekwon. Stop it.
No.
Funny looking too, Raekwon.
The most least funniest guy on the team is definitely Tua. Trash. No way. Hey guys. No trash. Way.
It's probably E-Rob.
Yes, it is.
Trash.
The funniest guy on the team. I got some names in mind, but I don't want to gas him up too much. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be humble, so I ain't gonna say myself.
But really me.
Who's the funniest guy on the team? Me. Definitely me. If anybody says no, they're lying.
My vote's for Christian Wilkins as far as they're all concerned, though.
I do want to say this. Everybody's going to say that what's his face said Tua was trash. That's all they're going to talk about from this video. Even Epps just said it. He called Tua trash. As soon as he said that, I was like, why would the Dolphins post this? Tua said he said Tua trash. He said, now they're going to use that. I'm telling you, this is the first thing that came into my mind. Was like, why would the Dolphins put that in?
Yeah, you'll see it now on Twitter and everything. Breaking news: Dolphin teammates called Tua trash.
I know.
Mhm.
Oh my God, y'all are killing me.
Hey, as long as they wear a Dolphin uniform, I don't care if they're Jesse Davis or Dan Marino. I mean, they're a Dolphin player. They're one of my fans. I mean, I'm one of their fans. So
look, people on Twitter too are like making memes of it.
Trash.
Somebody, Fredsky said, "Here, let me add this to the screen." He goes, Tua, how would you describe your offensive play last year?
Trash.
And look, I'm sorry. It's funny because I knew what was going to happen. I knew what was going to happen.
You need to make one say, "Hey, Tua, what do you think of your Dolphins offensive line last year?"
Trash. All right, let me bring in my man Roach. Roach rocking the Dolphins gear today. What's up, son?
Hey, y'all think I hate Tua, right? I had this since his first season. I named my cat Tua.
Uh-oh.
And I'm disgruntled with Tua, but I do want Miami to win. So if he's successful, I'm successful. But I still think he needs to prove it. But I do support him. I'm just saying.
You're rocking the Tua stuff. It's Throwback Thursday. Is that the throwback jersey though?
No, I have a Dan Marino jersey.
See, that's what you should wear on Throwback Thursday.
Yeah.
I do like the hat though, and it does look good. And I like the Dolphins colors.
Yeah, man. I don't think I got the orange right though. I think it's a little.
Oh,
reddish.
it's good. It's good enough for me. I think it looks good.
Got the orange pop filter too.
Look at you, man.
Yeah, man. That took me.
Did you have a good 420 day yesterday? Did you have a good 420 day?
It was rough.
It was rough.
It got worse as it went, and I did like 4 shows.
You did 4 shows yesterday.
Not on my channel. Like there's all these 420 shows in the UFO world, and yeah, it was. I celebrated 420 for every time zone on Earth yesterday.
Well, there's 24 time zones. So
yeah, it got bad.
Love it. Look at Big Dougie B, and I like that, man. I have that. I just haven't hung it up yet.
I don't know if you saw the blanket. I turned my phone. I don't know if you saw that.
Ooh,
yeah.
I like that. That's dope.
You know, they used to make awesome blankets for NFL teams, like back when I was a kid, like really thick ones. And now it's like you get one of those blankets off of QVC or anywhere. They seem to be like really thin. You wash it, you dry it, it's ruined.
It's ruined. Yep.
It's kind of like I just got a new one. This is it here.
Probably thin, right? Really thin.
Yeah. It's thin, but it's nice and comfortable and it's warm. Right. So that's all I care.
I have to wash my stuff because I got 3 dogs and 3 cats, so I always got to like wash them like once a week just to get the fur off of them.
I can remember as a kid back in the early 70s, I had Miami Dolphin pajamas. I had a really nice cold weather coat and stuff. Dolphins. I had,
Did you guys have the Zubaz pants?
No, I never did.
What?
I guarantee you, because of that tweet the Dolphins just put up in that video, I guarantee you they're going to say, like, whoever runs their social media department is going to get in trouble for that video. And they're going to be like, we need to approve everything that goes out now.
Well, it's obviously whoever posted it is not in touch with what people talking trash
Like,
about.
I mean, just like, come on, bro. Like, how do you not see that?
Yeah.
How do you not see that? Hey, Batman's Pop. Hey, Tua, what do you think of your arm strength since you've been in the NFL? Come on.
Hey Tua, what do you think about Flores' coaching while you were there?
Tua admitted it. We all heard it. What player said it, Steven? It was an offensive lineman. It was
Raekwon.
Trash.
No way.
Hey guys.
Oh, no.
No
52.
way.
Number 52.
Trash.
No way.
Hey guys.
No
Trash.
Who's number 52 for the Dolphins?
I'm looking.
Who is that?
A Landon Roberts.
A Landon Roberts. Of course. A Patriot. Landon Roberts.
That's too funny.
Trash. I mean, look, it's guaranteed. Like, how do they not see that coming from a mile away? Do better, Miami Dolphins social media team. Do better.
Man.
This is all we're going to hear about for the next 48 hours on Dolphins Twitter.
I know. I was ready to talk to you about some Debo stuff.
Earlier, someone mentioned Jamar Fletcher, and we're talking about trash players or whatever. I don't know. But back when Barack Obama first became president, I don't know if any of you remember this, but he had a program called Cash for Clunkers to kind of get the automotive industry moving. And I guess they used it for other things too, like appliances and stuff. But there was a lot of news people were joking about it, saying that the Dolphins should submit Jamar Fletcher for the Cash for Clunkers program.
Oh, that's funny, man. That's funny. Let's see here.
You know who we need to buy the team? Elon Musk.
No.
I know. So crazy. Did you see?
He's going to buy Netflix next.
Well, Netflix man, did you see?
His trend is he talks trash about a company and then he buys it.
Well, they're still dropping this morning.
Yeah, 30%. I canceled my Netflix yesterday because of it.
Did you? Come on.
Yeah. Hey, bro. Here's the thing is once all the networks open up their own streaming service, unless you're into what Netflix
I'll tell you right now, I'm not canceling nothing till whatchamacallit's about to come out. Stranger Things about to come out. Are you kidding me? I'm not canceling that.
Here's the problem though. They're going to start charging you per device you have on for like sharing passwords. So you're going to get a charge per device. So if you're sharing it with a whole bunch of family, every TV, every phone, that's a lot of money. And then they're losing all the network shows and movies because they all got their own streaming service. So only thing you're going to have on Netflix as the future is just what they self-produce.
Well,
so that's why I left. But
I get HBO Max for free with my AT&T account, so I just watched the Batman the other day.
Oh, that's my favorite Batman, dude.
See, this is why Roach, we can't believe nothing you say anymore.
Why? What was wrong with that Batman?
It wasn't anything wrong, but you said it was the best one.
Name one better.
Any of the.
And if you say Michael Keaton, I'm gonna freak out.
No, any of the
Dark Knight,
Christian, Dark Knight series.
See, I didn't like those either. So I like the detective Batman. I like him thoughtful, and this dude was like his mind is just screwed up. I didn't cuss. I almost did. His mind is screwed up.
You know where I was about to go? I was about to go to the new swear jar.
Oh.
Chaos.
But
I love this. I love this chaos thing. I think I'm gonna make this into.
How you doing that? You got like a button you push and it pops up.
chaos. Yeah.
Hey, Steven, I don't know if you guys have mentioned this on here or not. I may have missed it, but is there any plans that you and maybe some of the other people like Dougley or TD will do a collaboration on draft night?
I haven't
That would-
talked to anybody about
that
it.
would be
I
pretty
know
cool.
we've done it in past. We did it last year.
If you all planned it out better, you all could have done it in person together. That would have
It's
been
so
cool.
tough, you know.
That would be cool.
Well, you got to remember, TD lives in, Central Florida.
Yeah.
Dougley lives in Jersey. I live in Baltimore.
Yep. So Doug drives down, picks you up. You hold the
Yeah.
baby, and then he drives down to TD, and then you're good to go. And then you have TD's wife babysit while you guys do your show. Solved all the problems.
Solved all the problems.
I don't
All
know.
the
TD's wife might have a problem.
My wife just said that to me. She's like, "Way to go, always volunteering me for stuff."
I'm sure that they love it. Hey, Mr. Clangin' and Bangin'.
Von Joe, what's up?
Yo, what up, Steven?
What's up, buddy?
Yo,
How are
Roach, I
you?
actually recently subscribed to your channel, I believe, so I'm excited.
Hey, don't get your hopes up. It goes south sometimes over there.
Hey, some have to take it to the abyss, right?
Right. Hey, tonight I'm talking about the Mothman. So
the
tonight.
The Mothman?
Yeah.
Never heard of
man,
that
this
guy.
is about to go real south real quick. But
it made a whole bridge
Big
collapse
Dougie
in the
B.
1960s. So
Big Dougie,
Yes.
First off, Steven, I see you're dedicated to having ZZ Top members on your team on the show.
I am, bro.
I
100%,
see.
my guy.
And secondly, this is third. That game that you were talking about, Big Doug, was the game that and I was talking about this on Batman show. That was the game I actually officially became a Dolphin fan. And that should have gave me a premise of what my Dolphin fanhood is going to be like.
What, the fake spike? The fake spike?
No, the 94 game where Pete Stojakovic missed it in the final minutes to take. And yes, I keep saying that if we would have went to the Super Bowl, we could have beat the 49ers in that Super Bowl.
And the Super Bowl
easily.
was in Miami that year.
Yep.
So let me ask you this, guys.
We would have won that game.
You guys watching that far back is when Ace Ventura came out and you saw the wide right, they're making fun of wide right. I recognized it from growing up in the Buffalo area, and my dad's a Bills fan.
It's the Giants Bills
as
game.
making fun of the Bills, but all these football fans always like wide right. I'm like, bro, they're making fun of the Bills, not the Dolphins.
Yeah,
and it's like nobody believes me or gets it. And Scott Norwood, that's who they're making fun of.
Yeah, I thought of that.
You know what's hilarious about Scott Norwood, right? Scott Norwood was the kicker for the Bills for, I think, 3 out of the 4 years of the Super Bowl run that they had. But he got shafted, man. He got the short end of the stick, and his numbers were really good.
Oh,
and
it ruined his whole career.
Because he missed that, he never got another chance in the NFL again, which is always crazy to me.
And it wasn't just because he missed that.
It's the whole mental aspect of it, man.
That they went back to back and they kept on going back, and then they finally were there. They were just that one. All you had to do was make the field goal. So, just like all Gronkowski had to do was tackle a running back. And
he didn't have the angle. The greatest line in sports history. He didn't have the angle.
Good question, guys. And so you remember that run that the Bills had where they were just like, what was it, 4 or 5 Super Bowls in a row?
4.
Four.
So would you rather have that and never win it?
How many of those years did we play them
or
in the championship?
Or a timeout, or what?
Or just win one and go blank for 10 years?
Well, being as we've done that. We've won 2 and been blank for 40 years. I'm going to take our undefeated season all day. I'm going to take our undefeated season all day over 4 straight. Like, I always say this to people, right? Like, I would rather get killed 52-10, which I was there for that game, by the way, 2 years ago. I drove down.
Sorry to hear that.
With a Ravens buddy of mine. I have a buddy who's a big Ravens fan. We drove down from Baltimore. We didn't fly. He drove. He's like, I want to drive. I don't want to fly. I said, okay, but I'm not driving. And it was during a hurricane, and we drove into a Category 2 hurricane in South Carolina and Georgia. And by the time we hit Jacksonville, we were clear of it. But I would rather get killed than lose a game closely, because I feel like if you lose a game, if you get killed, your team wasn't that good. I can live with that. I can live with my team. Like, I hope this doesn't come out funny, but like, I can be like, you know what, our team just isn't that good. It's whatever. But when our team is mediocre, which it has been, and we lose all these games by one possession or less, it's like, oh my God, what do we like? To me, that makes me pull out my hair more, and it drives me more insane. So the real question, Bonjo, is: would you rather lose a game? Would you rather get blown out, or would you rather lose close games? That's for the panel.
Jeez, that's a tough one because I hate getting blown out. I mean, it ruins my whole day. If we lose, like the last second field goal, like we did to Jacksonville, I'll be mad, upset, but I'll get over it because I know at least the team, had a chance to win it at the end. It wasn't like, they were just gone. They didn't get on the plane, or they didn't show up at the stadium, or whatever the case was. So
I'd rather get blown out because I know our team is good enough to win in close games, and they didn't do it. And that's more frustrating.
But here's
to me.
the thing.
I take those losses harder. Than I do blowouts.
But Steven, like when you get blown out, the only thing you can look around and say, geez, we trash, for real trash. Like we always trash.
Well,
you get blown out.
Yeah, you get blown out.
If you lose a close one, but if you lose a close one, you're like, yo, maybe we're just unlucky. Maybe next time.
Bro, those losses, but a close game losing hurts more. It hurts 10 times more than getting blown out.
You know why it hurts more? You want to know why it hurts more?
Yeah, it does.
Because usually when you lose a close game, it's either on a kicker or a quarterback. And right now, people are either love or hate our quarterback. And on a blowout, it's a whole team loss. Like it took everybody to get blown out.
Here's some real stuff. I hate losing close games.
Steven, I'm gonna fall out. I'm gonna drop out because it's getting louder and louder in my area right now. They're still doing a lot of construction, so it's about to get real loud.
No, close your thing. This is a good conversation.
I can't close my garage during the work. I can't close my garage. It gets super dumb hot in here. It gets super hot in here, man. I'm in Central Florida. It gets stupid hot.
You're killing me, Bonjo. You're killing me.
All right, but I know they're about to start banging around here, and I can see it coming.
Yeah.
Fine, Bonjo. So, whatever. You don't want to be with us. I see your workout's more important than we are. I hear you.
So Steven, go ahead, Big.
I want to say, which team was it that we played last year that we gave up the safety? We threw the ball, screen pass in the end zone.
That would be Vegas.
The Vegas game? All right, so basically a loss. That game we lost, and to lose that game hurt because it was basically the safety that lost us the game. That and the referees officiating, but other than that.
Look,
I thought you froze.
No. This is pretty dope.
What?
I'm going to show you right now. This is outside the stadium of them doing the Grand Prix stuff.
Dude, when I see people, I could watch this for hours on like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, just anybody doing this kind of stuff. I could just look at him. He's an artist.
That's dope, man. That is so cool.
Damn.
Should hire him to do the road work around here. He probably gets that done in less than a day, and road work takes about 5 years.
I don't watch F1. I watch NASCAR, but I'm going to watch this Miami one. Heck, I want to go to it, but
look how accurate he is with that thing, though. Like, he's not even looking at the ground. He's just like,
it's so good.
Stop.
My man is just cruising. He's just trucking.
I need him to come paint my walls. do a little artwork.
He's actually spelling out Tua's trash on the parking lot.
He should have done it with trash. Or with Tua jerseys, ripped up Tua jerseys.
That's funny, man.
That's what's going to happen to this. If this year goes south, if we sign Debo, I'm all on the Tua bandwagon. But if we don't sign Debo, and I'll give him a shot. And then at the end of the season, if it goes south, this is going in the fire pit with the other one. I have a green one too.
Oh, dude, did y'all want to see something cool?
Oh,
Y'all want to see something crazy?
What was that? Was that Epps?
No. So, this is a college baseball game between in Texas, or I don't know if it's in Texas, but it's a college baseball game.
Somebody said to tell you they're backstage.
Okay, hold on. Let me do this first. Let me do this. So this is a college baseball game. Are y'all watching? Watch this.
North Central is taking.
You see the guy rounding third, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see the guy rounding third. Look at the pitcher. Watch the pitcher.
The lead here in game one.
He's got the line.
Oh my! Oh!
Did you see that?
I saw him line it up. I said he got the line.
I'm gonna rewind it because that was crazy.
North Central is taking the lead here in game one. Oh my! Oh no! Oh no! That was out of nowhere.
He must have said something to the pitcher.
Dude, that was wild.
And that's going to be like the 50-year-old drunk guy at the stadium.
Woodward just
pros selling hot dogs.
One more time.
North Central is taking the lead here in game one.
Yo, he's straight. Yo, that is so. Whoever said baseball wasn't a contact sport was lying.
Is he available for the Dolphins to draft?
Was lying. My man, North Central versus Weatherford. Like, that is wild. Wild. Just absolutely wild.
Damn. He tackles better than Deion Sanders.
Dude, that was. Woo! Insane in the membrane. Like, yeah, I saw that yesterday and was like, holy cow, that's wild.
I want to know what he did. What did they say?
He probably either showboated or trash talked the pitcher as he's rounding the bases. And
yeah, but I'll be honest with you. I feel like the pitcher should be like college kids. I've always defend college kids, right? But that kid should be kicked out of the league, suspended for the rest of the year.
Yeah, you can't even hide that in baseball. Like, in football
no.
you can hide the little things.
But I feel like he needs to get suspended for the year, go to counseling, go to like all that stuff.
Keep a scholarship if he has one. I'd hate to see somebody lose a scholarship, but they lost it themselves.
These are kids, right? And it's funny because, and I said that the kid should, he shouldn't get assault charges pressed on him. Mm-hmm. But what he should do is he should not be allowed to play football for the rest of the year, be suspended. He should be required to go to anger management counseling and, some sort of psych eval. Like, he should get help. And I think this kid's the same way. Should he lose his scholarship? Man, if he had a scholarship, that is such a...
It's hard, right?
It's a kid.
I think they gotta figure out what caused it first. You know what I mean? Because usually... we've all been in sports, I'm assuming, right? Mm-hmm. And I wrestled, I played lacrosse and football. So when you're in those, sometimes there's things that you could have a bad day, mm-hmm. like even at work, and then you just blow up at the wrong person. That could have been right there. He could have had outside factors, home factors, like maybe he's away from his family for the first time. Like I used to see all the time in the Navy, like people right out of boot camp. Mm-hmm. They just they're coasting barely by mentally, and then something happens and they just snap. So maybe that's what it was. Maybe that dude was the last straw. He got second base, said something about dude's mama, and then now that pitcher's got to be serving hot dogs and beer in the stands for the rest of his life.
Hey, some of y'all said that the audio went out. Can y'all hear me? Put it in the chat.
I hear you fine.
Yeah.
Whose audio? Just Stevens or everybody?
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. F said can't hear anything but clicks. Tombstone said, hit refresh. Tombstone, hit refresh.
Yeah, no, audio's been fine. I've heard everything clearly. So
yeah, me too. John Ruiz says it did happen for a minute. Fine. Okay. All right. Let me ask y'all, do y'all think that kid should lose his scholarship if he had one?
No.
Hit the read.
Do a poll. Can you do a poll?
Fresh button. Yeah, I can. I'll do it.
I need to learn how to do a poll.
Should that college?
I think it would depend. If he's going to be kicked off the team, then yeah. If he's been a good kid, he's never had any issues or problems.
Right.
Suspension, yeah, but probably not lose his scholarship.
I've seen it where they take a kid out of one sport and they just move him to another sport in the college, like a football player to track, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why the Canes were so successful, is they would get players and have them scholarshiped as track.
Mm-hmm.
Be track players, and they played on the football team.
Yeah.
It'll be very interesting to see what happens with them. Man, like now you got me thinking, should that kid have been kicked out?
Can you imagine being the person making that decision at the school?
I mean, it sucks. It sucks. 8 votes so far, 62% say no. Suspension and get help if he doesn't a second time, then take a scholarship. Yeah, I feel like, I think that's where my heart rises. I'm glad John said that, because I feel like in life, I think we need to learn as a society it's okay to make mistakes. And you don't have to get everything taken away from you. But right. I think you should learn that there are consequences for your actions. So how severe should the punishment be in this case? I think you take away the game that he loves. You take away baseball for a year. I wouldn't even argue a 2-year suspension, right? And then I would say you have to be required to get help. Therapy, anger management, counseling, the works, and draft a letter of an apology to that kid who you did that to and all that. Yeah, I think that definitely should be a thing. As far as losing the scholarship, probably not. You don't want that kid, because if he loses the scholarship, maybe he could not go to college and finish it. And now you're stopping him from, his future. Scar 305 said, what did the baseball player do, Steven? Well, the baseball player did this. Let me go back to it real quick.
You remember Brian Cox?
Brian Cox.
He spit in that ref's face, didn't he?
Yep.
He told all the Buffalo fans they were number one.
What? I was real young when that happened. I was born in 86. So.
Here it is again. So the runner's rounding third. The pitcher's on the mound.
North Central has taken the lead here in game one. Oh my. Oh, no.
That's still wild. You can see as he was rounding second, the pitcher was just standing still. And then it was right here. The pitcher was like, screw this.
North Central has taken the lead here in game one.
Dude, he decked him.
Hey, I just thought of, Steve.
Decked him.
Your point to like times changed, right?
Yeah.
When Brian Cox did that, I don't remember because I was young. Did he play again after that? After he spit on that ref?
Yeah, he played in the NFL again. I don't have to play.
Antonio Brown just threw his equipment in the stands and walked out, and he can't get on a team. But he has other things. But it's weird. I bet you right now, if you spit on a ref and walked out like that, you'd be out of the NFL.
All right, Kyle Brandt from Good Morning Football, and the Good Morning Football talked about the Dolphins this morning.
Really?
Did y'all know that?
No.
All right, so Good Morning Football, Kyle Brandt? Okay. So Good Morning Football talked about the Dolphins this morning. Here's a 1:46 clip of that. Let me put it on here so that way I'm not getting any copyright infringement. This is the audio only to Kyle Brandt's rant on the Dolphins and the hype.
And the schedule's going to come out in a couple weeks. Sometime around second week in May, usually it drops. Yeah. And if you were a Miami Dolphins player, fan, owner, or coach, when that comes out, you print it and you scan your finger down to the 3 letters BUF. When are we playing the Bills? And are we even playing them? Will we consider what we've done over the last few years even playing them? They have a Josh Allen problem for Miami, a huge one. Bring this up over the last 3 seasons. Here's the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills, who's in their division, what he has done against the Dolphins.
6-0.
They have the average margin of victory is staggering. You don't see that in professional football. That is not the height. That is the average. So there's some that are way more than that. It would put out, and it'd be, Bills minus 18. That would be the spread, realistically. 18-2, pure, unadulterated ass whooping every single
swear jar.
So if you are Mike McDaniel or Tua or Tyreek or anybody, you're like, we got to take care of this Bills problem quick, because what's happening and what will happen in these division plays is you get Allen and the Bills become to the Dolphins what Brady and the Patriots were to the Bills, what Rodgers and the Packers are to the Bears. If Josh Allen wants to run in the stands at Hard Rock and say, I own you all my bleeping life, he's on his way there. So we could say, playoffs, wild card, get there. First things bleeping first, Miami. That guy has to stop terrorizing you. Can you keep it close? Can you beat him? Can you even beat him on your home field? I don't want to bully the Dolphins here. These are just facts. This is objectively a problem. So I can say their expectations are wild card, great, maybe, and I think that's realistic. But first things, I don't care if it's week 1 or week 15 when you first play Buffalo, you got to show up for that game, or we're not going to talk about it. You're not relevant. You can handle business in your own division, and they get hammered. I can't even say the word. Destroyed, hammered, dehammered. They get dehammered by Buffalo. What
do y'all think about that?
Well, I take exception to the one thing you said at the beginning, that they've owned us the last 6 times they played us. I think the last time they played us this past year, our defense really showed up, and I mean, Buffalo won the game, but it wasn't easy.
Yeah,
So
but they pulled up the stats in the thing that Josh Allen's 6-0 against us, 18 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. It's an 18-point margin of victory in the last 16 games. He's right. The Dolphins, for some reason, cannot make that step above Buffalo. And, we talked about it yesterday, and I said, you know what? The Miami Dolphins are on a trajectory that I think is a very positive one. And if you look at the moves that they've made this offseason, you have to put them in the hunt to be a contender in the AFC. But the reality of the situation is we can't talk about any of that until the Miami Dolphins get over the Buffalo Bills. And they have to figure out a way to beat them. And whatever way that's going to be, that's what it has to be. So I want to say that the Miami Dolphins are going to be a good football team this year. I believe that they are. But they have to beat the Buffalo Bills, because if they cannot beat the Buffalo Bills, what are we talking about here?
Week 1 in Buffalo, we beat them, we shut them up.
I don't want Buffalo in Buffalo week 1.
I want it all week 1, or week 1 through 4. Give me the top 4.
We already had that conversation, but to the conversation at hand, if the Dolphins can take care of Buffalo, do you think the Dolphins make that next step, Roach? That's my question to you.
Yes.
I do because of confidence. It gives them the confidence, and they build on that. I think that beating Buffalo breaks down that wall, that barrier.
And I think to beat Buffalo, we don't need Tua to be the same as Josh Allen to beat Buffalo. I think to beat them, you're going to need the run after catch, the running game. But a lot of people, when they compare them, they're always like, well, this quarterback did better than this quarterback against each other. But the thing is, they're both playing different defensive personnel, right?
No, that's true.
So that's why I don't like comparing 2 quarterbacks in the same game, because it's not a fair comparison to me. But the defense needs to figure out a way to hold Josh Allen from running, because he gets 20, 30 yards run sometimes. And sometimes it's back-to-back. I think against us, he did it back-to-back 2 times, didn't he? In the last 2 seasons?
Yeah. Yeah. And the other funny thing to all that is
Joe, I ain't recovering. I'm still going, bro.
The other funny thing to that is, if you're looking at the Miami Dolphins and how they stack up against roster per roster, you got to think that, quarterback, they have the better quarterback. Right? There's no argument there. Running backs, I don't know.
I would say even.
I would say even. Offensive line, them. Wide receivers, us. Even with Stephon Diggs, right? Even with Stephon Diggs, I still think Tyreek makes us better. tight ends, us. Kaseki makes that a win for us.
Can I take you back one?
Yeah.
When you said Diggs with Allen, right? So I was just thinking, I was like, well, if you take Diggs or their wide receivers and ours, and you level them up, and you're like, well, ours is better, but then you got to take the difference between Tua and Allen, and then so I think quarterbacks should be lumped with their wide receivers when you're comparing them, because they could be great, but if they're not getting the ball to them, then it doesn't matter how good your wide receiver is.
That's a fair statement that you bring up, Roach, because if you're looking at the Dolphins in this Deebo Samuel situation, does it really matter how good our wide receivers are if our quarterback can't get the ball to them? And to that,
and I'm not bashing Tua right now.
and I'm not bashing Tua either, but to that argument, I think that's a very interesting point. I have to really think about that. Taking Tua and our wide receivers or Allen and their wide receivers, which one would you rather have?
Yeah. It's hard. It's like, now if you had Allen and our wide receivers, I'd be like, I'd be scared of Buffalo then.
I mean, I'd be scared of any team. Like if I had that, I would not be scared of any team at that point. But if Deebo comes onto this team, does that make a difference?
I think so, because it improves the running game and the receiving game at once. One player changes two parts of your game.
So then the question is, for somebody like myself saying this morning, hey, look, it doesn't matter if Deebo's here or not. He's just going to be more added depth. When you make a statement like you just said, Roach, I would probably go on to say that that's probably not a factual statement then. Then it becomes, no, he would. He would make this team significantly better and make our offense more improved. It wouldn't just be added depth to what we already have. It would be an added-on piece to create an offensive scheme that we're trying to bring into the system.
It creates mismatches when he's on the field, automatically.
They have Diggs, Davis, McKenzie, Crowder, and they added O.J. Howard. They do. I mean, look, that's a good one. Would you rather – Here, let me put this into the chat. By the way, 19 votes, no, 58% said no, that the college baseball player should not lose his scholarship. All right, here's another question. Here, hold on. What wide receiving core would you rather have? Miami Dolphins or the Buffalo Bills? Let's see what they say. And then let me bring up the Buffalo Bills wide receivers. Bills depth chart. And I'll bring up the Dolphins depth chart. Miami Dolphins wide receivers. Here we go. Let me make this bigger so people can see. Buffalo, so people can see. Okay, here we go. Let me put this into perspective here and share the screen. All right, you guys ready? Let's do a depth by depth.
Damn, level 2 noobs going off in the comments.
Say Deebo again. Say Deebo again. I dare you. I double dare you. Say Deebo one more time.
Who said Deebo? Did we say Deebo?
Did we say Deebo? I didn't say Deebo. I want no problems.
I'm scared now.
I'm really scared. All right,
he's going to come through my screen like Freddy Krueger.
All right, here we go. So, wide receivers, Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis, Jamison Crowder, Isaiah McKenzie, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's go Stephon Diggs to Tyreek Hill. Would you rather have Stephon Diggs or Tyreek Hill?
Tyreek.
I agree, Tyreek, right? So there we go. There's one. All right. Gabriel Davis or Jalen Waddle?
Waddle.
Jamison Crowder or Cedric Wilson?
Oh, that's a toss-up to me.
Okay. Preston Wilson or Isaiah McKenzie? I'd rather have McKenzie.
Yeah. Preston Williams
stays healthy. Yeah. I think McKenzie would definitely be better. All right. Dawson Knox or Mike Gesicki?
Gesicki by far.
Yeah.
Okay. Durham Smythe or OJ Howard?
Howard.
Yeah, Howard. I agree. But I would say so far the Dolphins are winning. Right? We picked 2 of theirs, maybe 3. I think we have a better offensive core or like receiving core. I think we have the better receiving core. Do you guys not agree to that?
No, it's
I think our receiving core is fantastic. The thing that concerns me is injury bug.
And that plays a part into it too, 100%. So yeah, Gesicki hands down, far and away, right? When it comes to that, but does Buffalo have more depth in their tight end room? What do you guys think about that?
What's up?
I like our tight end room. I don't know. I mean, Hunter Long is the only one I still have question marks around, but I love our tight end room. I think I put them up against pretty much any teams.
You did say Debo multiple times, Stephen. Also, it's a Sam Jackson quote from Pulp Fiction. I know.
Oh, does he not want Debo? Is that what he's saying? Or does he
just
want
sick?
Debo?
He's sick and tired of the conversation. He's sick and tired of the conversation.
I have to agree with him. I am too.
Yeah, but it's not going anywhere. He's available. There's a relationship between the coach and us, or and him. It's not going anywhere. I don't understand. I don't understand that. Do I think he's coming here? No. Would I be surprised if it happened? No. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Those guys like each other. McDaniel and Debo have a good relationship. And let's be honest right now. Who would not want to come play with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle? And this team. Yeah. But to go back to the argument of what Kyle Brandt was talking about on Good Football this morning, bro, there's something to be said about the Dolphins not being able to, right? Not being able to beat the Bills. And you have to beat the Bills in order to be a contender.
I agree.
Because if I'm honest with myself, I still think Buffalo's better than Cincinnati. Even though Cincinnati went to the Super Bowl, I think Buffalo's a better team.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? So if that's being said, I think if we beat Buffalo, we automatically move to the top of the AFC.
I mean, it's the same thing as it was through most of the 90s with Jim Kelly and Dan Marino. It's Kelly got the better of the Dolphins the majority of the time. Marino had some good games and some good wins, but in the end, it came down to we have to be able to beat Buffalo. And I think it was Jimmy Johnson's first season as head coach. It was Tyrell Buckley, I believe it was, who intercepted Buffalo in the end zone, and the Dolphins won the game for our first win over Buffalo in the last few years. So I could be wrong on the facts on that, but I do remember the Dolphins beating Buffalo on an interception. So
yeah, 92, we could have went to the Super Bowl if we just would have beat Buffalo in the championship.
Yep, that was a lost Super Bowl because I do believe that we should have been the ones to go to the Super Bowl that year.
What do you think about the Dolphins facing other teams this year besides Buffalo? We're gonna have to face Aaron Rodgers this year. How do we match up against Green Bay?
Is the game at Green Bay or is it Miami? Do you know?
It's in Miami.
It's in Miami.
I'm not scared of Green Bay.
I'm not.
I think our odds are a lot better because it's tough playing in Green Bay. We have won there. We won there with Tannehill, but it's rough. I think the Dolphins stand a good chance, though. Our defense is. I think they play the way that we've seen them play. I think we can beat Aaron Rodgers.
What about getting into a shootout with Minnesota later this year too? I mean, Kirk Cousins, that team. Minnesota's not a pushover. I think we're a better team personally, but I'm being that's a homer statement. Are we a better team than Minnesota?
I think we are. I know we have historically problems winning in Minnesota. I don't know if that game's there or not offhand.
Roach.
It's tough. I used to live in Minneapolis and go to the games there.
I'm from International Falls.
Yeah, I was a Navy recruiter in Burnsville, Minnesota. So Minnesota's tough, man, because it seems like no matter who they got on their team, they kind of just pull it together. You know what I mean? And they're not so like you don't see like a bunch of named people going to Minnesota all the time and just take it off. Besides like Randy Moss
or
and
Chris
Brett
Carter.
Favre. Yeah. But like the last like 10 years, you've seen besides Adrian Peterson, I know he's one. But Diggs, I didn't think Diggs was that awesome until he got to Buffalo. I think that's where he took off. To me, that's what I took notice of him. So I don't know. Minnesota's just weird because it seems like they always just come together as a nucleus and just do good enough to get by.
Fran Tarkenton to Ahmad Rashad.
We're not. I don't remember Fran Tarkenton, Big Dougie B.
And I feel like we take big swings.
Thursday,
so where they get by with like a good nucleus, it seems like our team does the opposite. We try to take these huge swings, and lately we've been like the last 5 years, we've been swinging and missing. But hopefully this one's a home run, or a grand slam.
5954 has a thing there for you.
Oh, he's making fun of the Navy. Hey man,
Yeah.
I make fun of the Navy too.
We're just a couple of squids,
right?
Anthony says, panel, I disagree. I don't think that kid should be suspended at all. I've seen major league players do worse, like throwing bats at pitchers, and they don't get suspended. You're talking about Mike Piazza and Roger Clemens and the Subway Series when Piazza threw the bat at, when Clemens threw the bat at Piazza. Those guys, that's a very unique circumstance.
You got Rob Dibble of the Cincinnati Reds. The things he did.
Yeah, but I think those guys got suspended, didn't they?
Probably.
Or at least fined. Like huge fines. You're not fining a college player. You have to suspend him. That's your only course of action. You know?
Right.
Just Level 2 Noob says, go I beat I actually, just a little quick story, Level 2 Noob. One of the very first things I did when I moved to Baltimore is I started working at the radio station here, and I got to cover the Army-Navy game that was in Baltimore that year. Paul Johnson was the head coach of Navy at the time. I think he's University of Georgia's head coach now, or was. But good coach nonetheless. And I got to be on the field for the last 2.5 minutes of the game. They let press on the sidelines for the last 2 minutes. So I was on the field for the last 2 minutes of the Army-Navy game, and then got to be on the field when they sing their alma maters to each other, which are great. It is hands down one of the best sports experiences I've ever had. It was one of the coolest things I've ever done to this day. Still.
That's pretty cool.
Now, we used to have, when we were out in the middle of the ocean in the Navy, we'd have college coaches that would fly out to our ship. And they bring them, they bring on a helicopter. We had Stanford, UCLA, Oregon, Alabama, Harvard, and I think the Oregon coach at the time was Chip Kelly. Stanford, I think, was the Michigan coach Harbaugh, or his brother maybe. It was one of those guys at Stanford, one of the Harbaughs. And Harbaugh had the biggest line out of anybody.
Yeah. What he said? Roach, you're frozen. You left the cliffhanger. You left me hanging. I want to know what he said, man.
Tune in next week when we
tune in next week. Army-Navy game is one of the best sporting events to go to. Level 2 Noob. Oh yeah, 100%. It's on the bucket list for it should be on everybody's bucket list for sports fans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I remember I was stationed out in San Diego, and I was on the USS Tarawa, it's amphibious assault carrier, back in I think it was 1992 or 93. I can't remember. Michigan was playing in the Holiday Bowl, and I forget who their opponent was that year. But they brought both teams to the ship for a luncheon, and we got to meet the players and stuff. And that was pretty great.
That sounds like it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show. Clap Blockers. I'm your host, Stephen D. I got Big Dougie B. I had Roach in here from the I Believe podcast. Come back up here, Roach. I do have let me end this poll. 71% said they'd rather have the Dolphins wide receiving core over the Buffalo Bills. Not a big thing there. I assume that was the case. Level 2 Noob said he was getting too close to the truth. You're right, Level 2 Noob. That's probably what happened. I did post the link at the top, man. I actually not going to probably stay on here too much longer. I do want to remind you guys, if you donate in increments of $10, we are doing the giveaway tomorrow for these bad boys. Javon Holland autographed 8x11s. Now, you notice that these are a little unique. They have 22 on there.
Yeah.
Okay. That was going to be his number when he originally came to the Dolphins right after the draft. So he signed these as a pre-order with them. And obviously that didn't happen.
Makes them pretty rare.
Yep. So it makes them pretty rare. So yeah, you'll never see him sign number 22 ever again. These are legit. They're PSA certified. I know they don't look like they are because they have the number 22 on there. So if you donate in increments of $10, you'll get entered to win these great 8x11s. And so when people are like, oh, he's not number 22, he's 8. Be like, no, he signed these because he originally was going to be number 22. And that was his draft number. And so, yeah, so that's interesting.
What's Taron Armstead? Is he the one that's going to wear the number 72?
I believe so.
Yeah, see, I'm going to have to get a jersey or something with him because 72 is my favorite number. It's it's played a big part in my life.
I will get on that then. I will definitely get on that then.
Yeah, I mean, the Dolphins won 72, were a perfect season, won the Super Bowl. I was stationed aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln, CBN, 72. The last two characters on my license plate were 72. I didn't do that purposely. That's just the way it came. My son.
You were alive in 1972.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was 9 years old.
But you were alive.
Yes.
Nonetheless.
Yeah, my son wore 72 when he played football. So.
Hey, you were there. You were there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the show, man, because I got a lot of stuff to do this afternoon. We just had a quick show today. Tomorrow's Spread Kindness Friday. We're gonna do a great show tomorrow. I expect nobody donated today. That's okay. That's all right.
I'll get to tomorrow. Payday.
Tomorrow's Spread Kindness Friday. I'm sure we'll get a lot of Corey Walker. Shout out to your new membership to becoming part of the family. Super excited that you're here, Corey. We're going to be back tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a fun show. Level 2 Noob says Spread Chaos Friday. Spread Chaos Friday.
Should be fun.
Level 2 Noob. It'll be a lot of fun. Each and every Friday we do the ZSM giveaway, so be on the lookout for that. That'll be a lot of fun. Shout out to ZSM Sports and shout out to our other sponsor of the show, Tail Greeter. Love them both. Make sure you follow them both on social media. Tomorrow will be fun. So tomorrow I will see you for Spread Kindness Friday. Be on the lookout. Be there or be square. All right?
And thanks for having me.
I love y'all. Y'all the best fans in the world.
I
see
agree.
you later, Big Dougie B. And I will see y'all tomorrow right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Clock Blockers. Let's go, baby. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.